Hey everybody! So welcome to week 2 of my lead up to Christmas. Today I wanted to go over a little bit of some quick and easy gifts you could give to your coworkers, your boss, your teachers, your neighbors. They're just really cute, really quick, really simple, but really nice little gifts. The first one we're going to do is this stovetop potpourri. So if you follow me on social media, you'll know that this is what happens in my house on the weekends. I always set a pot of stovetop potpourri going if we're home. And it just smells the whole house up all weekend long. So every time we're in, I turn it back on. If we're leaving the house, obviously I turn the stove off and I just leave it in the pot. And then when we come back, I add some more water and away we go again. But they're really pretty when they're packaged up like this. This is just a disposable piping bag. I have this big box of 100 of them that came from Michael's a couple of years ago. Now the downside to the bags I'm using is that they do have the Wilton little sticky thing on it, but I just sort of put it on the back side and you can't, it's not obvious. They're still a really cute gift. So I need to make some labels still. I have a printer problem. One printer's out of ink, one printer won't connect, so I can't print labels today. But all I would like to write on this nice label is just like a Christmas potpourri, put the ingredients on the list, and then just say, take out the orange, slice it up, put everything in a pot with a couple of cups of water, and let it simmer on low when you're home. Isn't it pretty? And it smells so good when it's going. So let's get started. I'll show you exactly what's in them. I'll try and remember to put in the description below how much of each thing there is. And if I manage to get some tags made, I'll see if I can't link them below. But to start, you're just gonna open up your piping bag. You're gonna take some ground nutmeg. You need about I got nutmeg everywhere. It's gonna smell really festive in here. You need about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm just putting a little bit down the bottom. So then you just wanna try and get it all the way down to the bottom if you can. Like so. Then we're gonna add a tablespoon of whole cloves. They smell really festive. So just a tablespoon. Ooh. I am just making a holy hot mess today. Tablespoon of cloves going on top of the nutmeg. Like so. You're gonna take some cranberries. Fresh cranberries, obviously not the dried cranberries, and not the frozen ones because they get mushy, but you're gonna add about 1/2 cup of cranberries. To your cone. You take a couple of cinnamon sticks. Cinnamon sticks are another thing I always have. I don't use them for baking or cooking or anything, but I just think they look pretty and they always smell good. So you're gonna just stick a couple of cinnamon sticks down one side without squishing the cranberries. This seems really awkward right now. There. And then I like to add a sprig of rosemary. 1, because it smells really good. 2, because it looks so pretty when it's in this little bag. So I'm going to take just a sprig of rosemary, tuck it down the other side of the cranberries, like so. And then we're going to pop a whole orange on top. How quick and easy was that? And they're just so cute. Now, if you had some little clear elastic bands, that would probably be the easiest way to close this bag up, but I don't. So I am just using a piece of twine. So I'm just going to gather the top up. I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times. And then I'm going to tie it. And then for a little extra pretty touch, if I can get this done. See? Cute. I mean, it's cute just as it is, really. But I'm going to add just a little wrap of ribbon around the top. I'm using this black and white checked. I think it came from the dollar store. Just a little piece of ribbon. You can tie it around. And then you would tie your tag on. Perfect. Perfect for gifting to somebody. So if you're going to be a day or two until you're giving them to somebody, you should just throw them in the fridge just because the cranberries will last longer. Same with the oranges, but how cute are these? I love them. So simple, so quick, but such a thoughtful gift to give to somebody. I mean, they're inexpensive to put together. They're not at all time consuming, but they're really cute. Next up, we're gonna do, these are actually really cute stocking stuffers. If you've got kids, they're actually good for anybody, but they're just little hot chocolate cones in Santa Clauses and reindeers, and they're so darn sweet. Also really inexpensive and easy to throw together. So we'll start with the Santa one. So on the top of the Santa one, you'll see he's got crushed candy canes up here. So I just take a Ziploc or a sandwich baggie and some peppermint sticks or candy canes. I mean, let's face it, candy canes most of the time are broken anyway. I used regular candy canes in that one. This one I am gonna use peppermint sticks just because I don't have any more candy canes out here. Okay, oh look, see, that one's broken too. So each of these cones is enough to make 2 cups of hot chocolate. So it's like for you and a friend or whatever. So I'm putting 2 sticks of peppermint in. Like so. When you got them in your little baggie, you're just gonna take a hammer, or honestly, I used the glass jar of nutmeg earlier and it worked just fine. You're just gonna gently crush them up. You don't need it to be like a fine powder, you just want chunks of peppermint. So same thing, you're gonna take another piping bag. I'm gonna try and open it all the way to the bottom. And then you're gonna pour your candy canes in because they go in the top. Oh my goodness, okay. And just sort of work it so you can get the candy cane all the way down to the tip, like so. Next, I'm going to put just a little bit of chocolate chips. I'm using milk chocolate chips. It just makes your hot chocolate a little bit creamier, more delicious. Is it right? That's not right. That's the wrong order. I'm going to use a little bit of marshmallow because that's like the fur on Santa's hat. That's better. A couple of marshmallows in there, and then we're gonna use hot chocolate powder. I'm just using carnation because that's what we always have. And you're gonna put it in a little sandwich baggie. You could actually use the one you used to crush. I've lost my spoon. Oh, it's in the chocolate chips. Okay, so their regular serving of hot chocolate powder is 2 tablespoons for every cup. So I'm gonna use 4 tablespoons in this sandwich baggie. I have a hole. I have a hole in my sandwich baggie, so I'm using a different one. I don't know why you guys watch me. Okay, better. No chocolate. I have just a mess going on in here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Get that out of the way and try and clean some of this up. Then you're just going to tie the bag. If you've got an elastic, you can use an elastic. I don't have any. So I'm just tying a knot in the bag. Like that. I'm going to put this in here on top of this marshmallows. Like so. Then we're going to top it with some chocolate chips. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of milk chocolate chips in here. And then I'm going to add a handful of marshmallows. So And same thing, you're gonna tie it up. Again, I'm using twine. So same as the stovetop potpourri, you should write a nice little tag, attach it and just say, you know, Merry Christmas. Take out the hot chocolate powder, mix it with a 1.5 cups of hot milk or hot water, and then add in all of your other fancy details. Or you can just throw the whole thing in a pot. It'll be all creamy because of the marshmallows and the chocolate chips and the minty because of the peppermint. It'll be really good. So then it's super simple after that. I'll tie another piece of ribbon on, but then you're just gonna use your glue gun and put some googly eyes and pom-pom down here and a pom-pom up here at the tip of his hat. Something just fell. Oh, one of the antlers off my reindeer. I got a bit aggressive. So while we're at it, let's do the reindeer. Again, you're gonna take a piping bag, but this time you need 2. This time you're going to put your 4 tablespoons of hot chocolate powder into the bottom of one of your piping bags. And you're going to tie that up. Oops. I honestly think the tying it up part's the hardest part of the whole thing. After that, it's easy. These are a good gift or a good something you can do with the kids too. They love putting all the stuff in the piping bags. Okay, and you got your piping bag with your 4 tablespoons of hot chocolate powder. You're just gonna drop that into the bottom of another one. Then we're gonna do a couple of tablespoons of the milk chocolate chips again. And a handful of marshmallows. See how fast this is? You just need the marshmallows to cover up that piece of the bag and tie it up. There's no peppermint in this one. This one is just chocolate, hot chocolate. If you wanted to, you could use candy canes or peppermint sticks and glue them on the outside like antlers. It would also be really cute with pipe cleaners as antlers. I thought I had some, but I didn't. So there's no pipe cleaner antlers for my reindeer. On these other reindeer, I did just cut little sticks. One of them fell off already. I did just cut little antlers out of sticks and hot glue them on. I hot glued them to the ribbon. I should have glued them to the piping bag, but. And again, I'm just gonna take a piece of ribbon, tie it around like that. There's a reindeer. There's a Santa Claus. So there's 2 really quick, easy, inexpensive gifts you could give. They're homemade gifts, which always, I think, mean a little bit more than a store-bought gift. And they make really good neighbor gifts. I've got some Chex Mix I actually want to make for our neighbors this year, so maybe they'll be getting some Chex Mix and some hot chocolate reindeer. Who knows? I'm going to come back and show you a couple more quick little gifts that you can make, but that's it for now. Hey y'all! Today is the last of the quick gifts for teachers, bus drivers, the mailman, your neighbors. And this last one I'm going to show you is just a really quick and easy brownie mix in a jar. It's a great gift to give. It lasts for a long time in the pantry. You can just make a cute tag, dress up the jar a little bit, and it's a really nice and thoughtful gift. So what we're going to start with is a cup of flour, just all-purpose white flour. Now, if you're using a jar, I don't have such a wide mouth jar here. I just have like a narrow mouth jar. And I don't have a funnel. I have this funnel, but it's not particularly useful. So I'm just gonna take a piece of just printer paper and make it into a little bit of a funnel for myself here, like so. So a cup of flour, I'm gonna do this half a cup at a time. When measuring your flour, or if you can see, you should always take the back of a knife, scrape off the top side so you have a flat scoop. So we're gonna just gently put that through this little, or not so gently, through the funnel. Another half a cup. Like so. So a cup of flour in the bottom of your jar. On top of that, we're going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. Most of my pantry supplies, you'll see I have in jars that are labeled. I actually do have cute jars for my sugar and my brown sugars, but I didn't bring them out because they're big. But I like having my jars all cute and pre-labeled in the pantry. I think it looks better than random bags of things everywhere. So when you've got your baking powder in there, you can just give it a little bit of a stir so the baking powder is mixed in with your flour. I'm gonna try and gently pack it down a little bit. It's pretty hard to pack the flour. Once that's in, you're gonna add a cup of brown sugar. I hate brown sugar, it's everywhere all the time. Use our funnel again. I'll put the recipe for this down below in the comments or in the video description. So half a cup. And a whole cup. Now the brown sugar you can pack down a little bit, and you should. And try not to bang this on the table so much because it's loud, I know. Let me go in there. So we're just gonna pack this a little bit. One, it'll help keep the layers separated so they look pretty, and two, so we can fit everything we need to get in the jar. I can get my hand in there. After you've got your flour and your brown sugar, you're gonna add just half a cup of regular white sugar. Nobody ever said these brownies were good for you. Ooh. I threw away my phone. Sugar, and then you're going to put just a little bit of salt on top of that. Salt always makes everything better, makes the sweet sweeter. After you've got your sugar and your salt, you're going to add 1 cup of cocoa powder. I like the dark chocolate cocoa powder, and I find that a higher quality cocoa powder makes a huge difference. So I usually buy like a really nice, Ghirardelli actually makes a really nice cocoa powder if you can find it, but you oftentimes can't. You can't get that in here. So I'm gonna have to scoop it in. I've got my measuring cup on a scrap piece of paper here because I'm about to make a mess. Cocoa powder gets everywhere. Again, you're gonna use your fancy funnel. Oh man, at least it's gonna smell good in here. Cocoa powder everywhere. And then once you've got your cocoa powder, that's really it for like the main ingredients. If you like nuts in your brownie, now is the time to add them. We don't, so I don't put nuts in ours. I'm just gonna move that out of the way. That's another thing. Like, if you don't have to give this as a gift. You can just make up a couple of jars, throw them in your own pantry, and then when it's time to make brownies, you have everything ready to go. Yeah, that's a good plan. So on top of mine, I'm gonna add some chocolate chips. I have some white chocolate chips and I have some white chocolate chips. I'm gonna just mix the two. I'm gonna put a layer of, there's not that many milk ones left. I'll put a layer of milk chocolate chips. And then a layer of white chocolate chips. Like so. You're gonna put your lid on, and look how cute that is. What a nice gift. So then what I'm gonna do is I always keep old Christmas cards. I use them for tags for Christmas presents or labels for things. Oh, I do have a Sharpie. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna cut the design on here. I'm just gonna cut these really cute deer out. Like so. And I'm gonna write on the back, to mix, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3 eggs, 1 cup melted butter. Bake at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. I think that was the directions. I don't really remember. I'll have a look and I will correct it down below, or I'll put a little thing up on the screen, but I'm pretty sure that that was what it was. And then I'm going to put a hole in it in my hole punch, like so. And I'm going to cut a piece of ribbon. Thread the ribbon through the hole. I'm going to tie it on my jar. There. Okay, so I put the hole the wrong way. Let's just, I need to fix this. I need to put the ribbon through the right way, but so the tag is the right way up. But there, brownie in a jar with a cute little tag. This is such a nice little gift. Keep one in your car. They don't freeze. So you just keep one in your car, and if there's somebody on your list that, or somebody you run into in town and you'd like to give them a little something special, just give them a little brownie in a jar. Really cute, really delicious, really, really easy. So those were the 3 quick throw together gifts I have for you. All 3 of them mean something special to somebody, I'm sure. Maddie's gifting the hot chocolate ones to her teachers and her bus driver. And she's really looking forward to giving those. So I have a couple of the stovetop potpourri ones I'm going to take to town with me today and just give them to random people I find. And then I'm going to make up a couple more jars of the brownie mix just to have on hand. Okay, I will see you next week. I think next week is I'm going to do like a DIY little gifts, but like bath bombs, bath salts, sugar scrub, lip gloss. I think that's what we're going to do next week. We're going to do like gifts for her, stocking stuffer type ideas like that, because I've been wanting to make some for stockings anyway. So I may as well show you guys how I do that, and it'll be a fun week. If anyone has any suggestions for my last week, send me a message or put a comment below. I've got 1 more week to film. Like I've got this week, I've got next week's, which will be the DIY bath products, and then the week after. And the week after, I'm still stumped about what I'm gonna do. It might be like food stuffs, but we'll see. Send me a message if you've got an idea.